Good morning. At least at this moment it's morning here. A couple of things I want to bring to your attention really quick. Of course, this weekend, actually tomorrow, Saturday morning, we will be celebrating First Communion and Confirmation for a whole number of our young people that have been preparing this year, and even some of them from last year that hadn't done it yet. And so it'll be a great celebration coming up. We really want to ask you to pray for these young people as they enter into the fullness of the sacramental life of the Catholic Church. So it's a great thing. Also, I want to remind you that during the pandemic, this past year, so many of our loved ones have passed away, members of our parish, our families, not just from the COVID, but just from natural causes. But of course, we couldn't celebrate funerals in a big way. For a while, it was only 10 people allowed at a funeral mass. And so some of you may not even know that some of our parishioners have passed away, people that you don't know well, but you see, fairly regularly. So we have decided we want to have a commemoration of all of those who have passed away in the last year or so. Like I said, not just from the pandemic, but from anyone who's passed away. To remember them and to give thanks for their lives and to pray for them. We're going to be doing that on Wednesday, May 19th, which will be next Wednesday in the evening. And details are in the bulletin and on the website. But we're also going to have a reception afterwards and have tables set up so that we're inviting those of you who have lost ones, if you'd like, bring a picture. And so that it's set on those tables during the reception. And people can remember, or even some people may even be surprised that somebody has passed away. So please, it's important ministry for all of us if you want, if you are willing to do it, to bring pictures so that we can truly remember and honor those who have passed away in this past year. So I hope we can celebrate this in a very big way. Also, the Malta, the Order, Knights and Dames of the Order of Malta will have their annual Mass for World Day of the Sick. And it's an anointing Mass for those who are sick. It is, usually they do it at the cathedral, but the cathedral is going through some renovation. So they've chosen us as their Mass, the place of their Mass. The Mass will be televised on EWTN. So it's it'll go around the world, at least throughout the country, but even more. So it's a very big honor for us. Again, details are in the bulletin about that, but there will be an anointing of the sick for those who are seriously ill, facing surgery, any of that. So another big event coming up. It really does feel like COVID is almost over. We've got so many activities beginning, people just rushing to get things in on the calendar, which is a wonderful thing. I'm sure that all of you, though, are a little confused about what happened yesterday with the Center for Disease Control when they said that masks are not required for people vaccinated. That's a nice thing to say, and it feels really good. However, no business can ask proof of vaccination because of HIPAA laws. And so a number of businesses, I saw on the news today, businesses have said, no, they're still going to require masks. I have not had an opportunity to talk with parish council or staff to get advice from them. And the bishop has not put out any advice because he hasn't had that opportunity with his staff. So masks are still required in our church. That's very important. Masks are required in our church. That is for First Communion, Confirmation, and for this weekend. Please help us. Let people know. Masks are not just for your own safety. In fact, not even primarily for your own safety, but for the safety of others. And of course, we have children who don't qualify yet for vaccinations, and children who have just qualified and may not have their vaccinations yet. And we have people who are still concerned and have questions about the vaccinations. In our state, we're less than 50% that are fully vaccinated. And so we are going to continue, at least for a little while. And you can see that we're getting close to making a change. I really agonized over this last night and early this morning, but I just don't feel that I can risk the health of our young people, our elderly, and so we're still going to require masks in the church all the time, at least for the next week or two at least, until I have a chance to talk to the staff. It is very, very important that we follow this rule. The bishop has not lifted his requirement that there be masks, and more importantly, he has not changed the dispensation for Sunday Mass. So those of you that are still concerned, still worried, I invite you back to Mass because we are strict with masks. There are still areas of the church that are taped off so that seating is, there's social distancing. So it is safe to come. I invite you to come back and try us out, or come back during daily Mass and try us out. Because my guess is it will be fairly soon that the bishop will be looking at changing that dispensation from Sunday Mass. So we want to begin to let you feel more comfortable coming to Mass. My concern is safety, comfort, although I know the masks are not comfortable, but we do it for others. It's a sacrifice we make for everyone else. So I thank you for your cooperation that we've had all through this horrible time. The end is getting close, and I can't wait. In fact, I can tell you I've scheduled a trip to El Salvador to visit Nuestros Pequeños Hermanos, and I've checked all the rules, but I've been able to do that. So it really does feel like things are getting better, coming back to some kind of normal, but I ask you to be patient, not to jump into it before everyone is ready. This is about community, about our family as the family of St. Bernard of Clairvaux Parish here in Scottsdale. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and thank you for your cooperation.